Wagwan family, I'm back at it again with another video. So today we're gonna talk about family and bloodline, generational curses and oppression. And the scripture for this is Judges 13, verses 1 just verse 1. And it says in Judges 13, and the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of the Philistines for 40 years. And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren, and bare not. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto the woman, and said unto her, Behold now, thou art barren, and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. Now therefore beware, I pray thee, and drink not wine nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean thing. For lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come upon his head. For the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. So my apologies, it's Judges 13, verses 1 to 5. So as we can see, just based off those few verses and that scripture, right? Into every family, right, that's going through generational curses, or any bloodline, I should say, right? Any particular bloodline that's going through generational curses, there is a child of God sent from the heavens that is always sent to deliver the family from oppressional bondage, right? And so in this case, Samson was the prime example in the scripture. So in real life, you have children being born every day, and every family, most families, I can't speak for every family, but most families, you know what I'm saying, they suffer some form of generational curse or spiritual oppression, right? That are governed and controlled and manipulated by spiritual dark forces and entities, right? So that is why when most children are born, right, where's the first place that they come out? Obviously it's the womb, but in reference or in regards to location wise, a child is born into the hospital. Now, as we know, right, you have angels and you have demons that walk among us in the flesh. Like I said, it's light versus darkness out there, right? And a demon or demon's main job is to oppress, right? So when you or your family are going through some tough times, right? Not only is it training, right? Not only is it going to make you stronger, but it's also to a seed is sent to is that what I'm trying to say is every situation that we go through is there to teach us a lesson, right? It's there to it's there for us to learn something and to rectify any wrongdoings that we may have done in the past or that a family may have done in the past. For example, a family like your great grandparents and your great great grandparents may have been serving a deity that was not the one true living God. And because of this, you know, they they became or they were placed under bondage, right? Bad things may start happening: cancer, um, diabetes, um, barrenness, um, things also things that cannot be medically described, unnatural or supernatural occurrences of illnesses and disease and just hardships. You get what I'm saying? So a family, a child, because most children, when they come into this earth, they fresh out of heaven, right? They are sent from heaven, right? Their soul, their spirit, it most 9 times out of 10, it comes from God. It comes from heaven. And so when they are born into this world, a child is not born into sin, but rather a child is born into purity, right? A child is born into purity in and he or she is born into a world of sin that later on contaminates and poisons that child, right? But here's the kicker. When a child is born, right, like I said, you have angels and demons in every governmental institutions, whether it be politics, whether it be schools, whether it be government, and whether it be medical institutions. You have angelic beings and demonic beings, right? All residing within the same space or territory, and everything is happening to keep a balance, right? And so what a lot of these white coats do is that when a child is born, the first thing they want to do is inject, right? Why do you feel the need to inject a child that's fresh out of heaven, that was created by the hand of God, who is all perfect, who is mighty, who is glory, right? Who is eternal, right? Who is all powerful, right? For example, if we talk about the immune system, why would a child need antibodies? You mean to tell me a man-made invention is more powerful and more superior than the immune system, than the God-given immune system that was given to us by God? Come on now, right? So when a child is born, the first thing doctors want to do is stick you, inject, put this, inject that, inject this, inject that, right? Because it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that. They say that they say that it's good for this, and they say that it's good for that. But how do we know what these doctors are putting in our children, right? They could say that in this test tube or in this syringe it's ABC, but in reality it's X, Y, and Z. That's in the syringe, right? So how do we know that these chemicals that they inject into newborn babies are not suppressing certain God-given abilities, right? Oh, shut up, dog. Be quiet. How do we know that these chemicals are not suppressing a child's God-given abilities, the same abilities, talents, and gifts that are going to eventually set the family free, break the spiritual chains and break the family out of bondage, right? So, what I am trying to say is this: the demons know, the devils know, what they are doing, right? So, what I am trying to say, moral of the story is protect the kids, protect your children, right? Give them real food, nourish them with love, be there for them when they need you, pray over them, pray with them, right? And you teach that child about God. Teach that child about the Most High so that when they grow up, they can continue to carry out the legacy. They can continue to not only be God-fearing, but they can also bring down other angelic children that's gonna continue the same process, and that process is breaking certain generational curses and family oppression. Yeah, man, let that one marinate. You already know how the thing go. Bless up.